We've got a 2025 Tahoe with all kinds of problems. Let's see if we can figure this out. So before I get to the scan tool, let me show you some of the things that don't work. So for one, this seat will not adjust anymore. Two, the turn signals are inoperative, both front and rear on the left side and the back on the right side. Three, the tail lamps are both inoperative. I've got a brake pedal depressor on right now. The wireless charger is inop, and the liftgate is inoperative. So after scanning it, we've got a lot of loss of communication codes. So we've lost communications with the rear gate module, which is for the liftgate, the wireless charging module, the park assist control module, and the NFC module, which is your little entry with the credit card looking thing. So the nice thing about this Topdon ONE is you can separate all of the CAN buses, so we can see which modules are communicating on which CAN buses. So we can see the NFC module and the wireless charger module are right here on CAN bus 5. The rear gate module is on CAN bus 4. And the park assist module is over on CAN bus 1. So they are not related by CAN bus. The only thing they have in common as far as that goes is they all go through the serial data gateway module. So we need to figure out if all of these things are related somehow. Are they all on the same CAN bus? Do they all share the same ground or power supply? So let's first look at the scan tool for the CAN bus. So after looking over several schematics, I found out that maybe not all of these concerns are related, but at least most of them are. And a lot of them go through this rear power block right here, or this rear fuse block. And I noticed the fuses for the circuits that we're dealing with do not have any power on them. So that one, this one, and I believe there was 2 more. But basically, all of the modules that are not communicating do not have power going through the fuses to them. So after going through the schematic some more, I can see the fuses that don't have power in the back are fed by this J-case fuse right here. And looking at it, it doesn't look like it's blown. If we measure the resistance across it, resistance is good, so it's definitely not blown. So we need to figure out why we're not getting power from here to that fuse block in the back. So this is going to be the schematic we're working with. And this is the 60 amp fuse that I just tested in the Underhood fuse block. So it was good, but we don't have power on any of these fuses in the rear fuse block. And as you can see, it's just a straight shot from one fuse block to the other, no inline connectors, just one single wire from the front to the back. So the easiest place to access all of this was going to be the back of this rear fuse block. It's the least amount of stuff to take apart. And we can see right here, we do not have power going to the rear fuse block connector. We have power off of the circuit from the other fuse in that schematic, but not the one that feeds all of the fuses that we're dealing with. So the problem is going to be somewhere either with that front fuse block or the wire in between. So the issue could have been an open circuit within this fuse block. As you can see, measuring continuity between the output terminal and the fuse output, it has continuity. So the fuse block's good. It's got to be a broken wire between here and that back fuse block. Now I wanted to be sure because this wire is pretty big in size. It's a really big wire. I'm going to try to load this fuse block just to make sure it can actually carry a load, because I know this circuit tester doesn't really put much amperage through it when it tests for continuity, but we give it power. You can see it at least pulls 4 amps. So I feel pretty good that the fuse block is good. I got to figure out where this cable is broke. I decided to take one last look as well before I got too far ahead of myself. And I'm glad I did. I didn't test the terminal drag of any of these terminals. So this is our terminal that we're working with. And as you can see, even if this isn't the right terminal, it moves in and out really easy. There's no drag at all compared to this one and the rest of them within these connectors. They all have really good drag. But our affected one right here has nothing, so it's not making any contact with the fuse block terminal. So I'm going to temporarily bend these terminals back out a little bit, just so I can get some drag, so that I can give y'all some closure, and also so I can reevaluate and see what all was related. And then I'll go back off camera, and I'm probably going to have to get a new terminator lead for this terminal right here. So I've got everything up front back together, and we now have power on both of these circuits. So let me hook this back up, and we'll reevaluate everything. So already I can tell you the liftgate and both tail lamps are working again. This seat will now adjust like it's supposed to in all of its settings. All of our lamps work correctly now. And the wireless charger is working again. After scanning for codes one more time, you can see all of our codes passed, and all of the modules that we previously had no communication with are now communicating. So this thing will be fixed once I fix that terminal. So that's it for this one. If you found this interesting or helpful in any way, then follow me for more.